Are you looking to get yourself lots of magma cream, or maybe you need lots of magma blocks? This Magma Cube farm is exactly what you're after. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, in my Minecraft 1.16 survival farm tutorial series. Today, we are going to farm some magma cubes. Yeah, magma cubes. The other day, I was talking to my mate Gobspitt, and he said, I've done this magma cube farm. Do you fancy doing your spinner? And I said, yeah, let me have a look. I'll have a look at this. This could be interesting. And he done a really good job. The link to his video is in the description below. And I thought, I've got some ideas as how we can change this up, make it look a bit different and work a bit differently. So I'm going to show you today how to make a brilliant magma farm so you can get loads and loads of magma cream and maybe convert that into magma blocks, which you can use in a farm that I'm going to be doing very soon. We're going through that nether portal over there. I'm through to the nether, but I've got to get up on the roof. Now I've got a great tutorial on how to do that. Link is in the description below. I shall see you up there. So I'm up on the roof of the nether using the method in the tutorial that I've got the link in the description below for. And I've got myself another portal behind me because then I can easily get back to the overworld should I want to. But I don't want to because I want to make a magma farm and I need to find a basalt delta. Now, depending on how you're playing your game, you could do it by doing locate biome and look for basalt deltas and see how far away the basalt delta is. You can see I've got one just under 200 blocks away. Or if you don't want to cheat, because some people, they might say that's cheating, and as a result you can do this by using your F3 screen. You can see there I know that I am in the biome the nether wastes, and just by wandering around a bit you can see I'm now in the basalt deltas. Everything we need for this farm is inside this double chest here. You can see there are quite a lot of blocks, but you actually don't necessarily have to use these blocks. You can use really cheap blocks like cobblestone should you wish. We have got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 stacks of grey stained glass. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half stacks of polished blackstone. Again, it doesn't have to be polished blackstone. And then we have got these other bits and pieces which are the right numbers to be able to make the farm. You need this for the iron golem and you need this as temporary blocks only. Now what you really want to know is how far do your basalt deltas go. So keep walking in a single direction until it changes into another biome. Then come back and shove yourself down, I don't know, something like a torch, and see if you can't get yourself an outline for your basalt delta, or at least an area big enough, and by big enough I mean something like perhaps 20 by 20 squares, maybe a little bit bigger than that, and get yourself an area that's basalt delta-ish. Now you might find that you've got some kind of microbiome. I've found the tiniest basalt delta in the history of Minecraft right here. Everything outside of it is not basalt delta. I need to find a better one. That is much better. Come to around about the middle of your basalt delta biome. Make sure you've got at least 20 or more blocks around you that are basalt delta. We are now going to tower up 80 blocks. I recommend scaffold. Put right in the middle a bit of scaffold, I reckon about there, and then bash it with another bit of scaffold 79 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm now on the top of my 80 scaffolding block tower, and you can see if I turn myself around and press F3, if I look at that block, that is at Y207, so 80 blocks above the bedrock. And that's exactly where we want to be, because that gives us enough room above our head to be able to build stuff before we get to build limit. Now I'm hoping this next bit isn't too confusing. So what you want to do is you want to jump up and put another block. See, now 81 blocks above, and get yourself a little row all the way around this scaffold area here. So you've got a bit of a 3 by 2 and then turn it into a 3 by 3, and then mine out the one that's above the scaffold, come down and build that scaffold up one more so as it comes out to that level. You can't do it by crouch placing this scaffold, so this is the best way of getting yourself a little 3 by 3 platform. Once you are on your 3 by 3 platform, choose any of the 4 cardinal directions, because we're going to be building a very small platform. I'm going to go in this direction. I'm going to come out 1, and 2. And then I'm going to come out 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to come out 1 extra in both directions. So if I build that out like that, and then 1 extra in this direction as well. So if I turn around, I've got myself a bit of a stubby T. At the end of your fat T, put another layer of planks, 3 by 5. Now you could argue that you don't need that bottom layer, and you'd be absolutely right, but I've put them there anyway because I can. And that goes there just as a little jut out part. On top of that, pop a chest. Then get yourself a hopper, put a hopper poking into that chest, and then build yourself up this 3 by 5 platform in hoppers, so as they all point into each other. You'll be needing to use the crouch click command to be able to do that. Just press crouch or shift, and that will put all of those hoppers, you can see they're all running into each other in one way or another. So if anything goes into any of them, they will end up in that chest. Let's just lob that one in there, and now it comes in that chest. Now optionally, opposite there, you can put a crafting table with a chest on top, and that is where you can convert your magma cream into magma blocks and store them in that chest. I'm now going to build a skirt up around this platform, so just with some grey stained glass. Doesn't have to be grey stained glass, I just quite like the look of grey stained glass in a basalt delta this far up because it kind of matches where we are, but it goes all the way around like that. I'm then going to do another level all the way around. You could use cobblestone, you could use normal glass, you could use anything you blooming well wanted, but we're going to get ourselves a bit of a chamber, and we're going to continue the chamber around like that. It doesn't matter that it goes over those chests because it's glass, and as a result of this being glass, it's transparent, which means those chests will still open. I shall show you in just a sec. Boom, open, boom, open. So don't make those out of cobble because you're going to struggle to get those chests done. I've made these walls 4 high above the level of that platform and continued them around the hoppers, and as a result around the hoppers they are now 3 high. So if I come inside, I now want to put a roof on using, well, I'm just going to use the same glass block like this all the way along. So we've got quite a nice roof. I'm just going to pop a soul lantern in there and there. You don't really need it, but you know what? It just looks all right. And the whole point of these builds sometimes is to make them look all right as well as functional. Also, get yourself a slab. I like to use a matching one to the warp across that gap of 3 there. That means that there is only a half block gap above those hoppers there, which means that when you start bashing the magma cubes, even the little ones can't get out and give you a really good smack. And finally in here, pop yourself down 3 steps right there. I'm going to use crimson steps because it contrasts quite well with those warped planks, and you know what, you can use any step you want. Before you do the next bit, make sure you put some carpet on top of those blocks and a trapdoor on top of the scaffolding, because we're about to go up far enough for magma cubes to start spawning in your chamber. Come inside your hopper enclosure and put a carpet using crouch click on all of them except for the center one, because we're going to be using that as a bit of a marker. Get yourself a temporary block. I'm just using a wall plank because I can, and then on top of that temporary block I want you to put 24 scaffolding. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Once you've got your 24 high tower of scaffold like that fella, we're going to start to build up this chamber right here, and the reason is that we need to funnel this out so as it goes out to the equivalent of a 13 diameter drop, because that's how big the hole is going to be at the top, and if it's any smaller they're just going to fall out the edge. But we need to funnel it so there is no side less than 4 blocks tall, otherwise the magma cubes are just going to be able to hop back up the funnel. Now keep building up this funnel. You can see how I've done it here, so as it goes up 4 blocks and then goes out 1, 4 blocks and then goes out 1. Starting from the floor, we go it once, twice, 3 times, and then a 4th time. And what you'll see here is that the long edge is now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 blocks wide. This now doesn't need to get any wider in this direction. It does, however, need to get 2 wider in the other direction, because it is only 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We need it to be 13. So this time I'm going to come out this way, but I'm going to hook it back over this block here, and that is as wide as it is ever going to need to be, because it's now the 13 by 13 square that we require to cover the hole at the top. Once you are out to the 13 by 13 square, just keep laying on another level until you get to exactly the same level as the top of that scaffold. You should find you go up 9 with this 13 by 13 tube. If you've not gone up 9, you've not gone up far enough. If you find you've gone up a little more than 9, that doesn't matter, as long as you don't go up any more than about 12, 13, 14 blocks. There is no drop damage for a magma, so it doesn't matter if you're a little higher than I'm telling you to be. We are at the top of our glass funnel now. You can see there is a 9 block drop on the 13 by 13 square before it starts to pinch in and get a little bit smaller towards that drop zone. We now want to get to the center block again. So crouch with a temporary block and come across 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That gets you back to the top of the scaffolding, and then mine out your temporary blocks so you can use them in the future. We want to get ourselves some scaffolding now, and we're going to go out in all 4 directions to give us access. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see we can get to the edge in all 4 directions now. This makes it a lot easier. Now you've got a bit of space to work, get yourself a block, solid block, not transparent block. I'm going to use this polished blackstone. And then pop that polished blackstone on the glass at the end of each of the 4 arms here. These are now 13 apart because you know this square is a 13 by 13 square. We're going to turn these blackstones into a 13 diameter circle. 13 diameter circle can be made like this. So come from your block here, 1, 2, come across 1, and then come out another 2, 1 and 2, come in 1, come out 1, then come across another 2, go in and join up to the other side. So you've got 1/4 of your circle. Just repeat that on all 4 of the sides. 13 diameter circle looking exactly like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go out from here another 8 blocks, so a total of 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. We're going to do that in all 4 of the other directions too, which will give us a 29 diameter area. And then we're going to make a 29 diameter circle. To make a circle that is 29 blocks in diameter, go to one of the ends of your arms and come across 3 from that end, and then go down 1, and then go across another 3, down 1, across 2, down 1, and then zigzag once, twice, 3 times, and then come out 1, go down another 2, out 1, down another 3, out 1, and down another 3 to join up to the next arm, and repeat that on each sector. And now you just need to colour it in. So you have got a donut that looks exactly like that. You need to be very aware now that this platform is capable of spawning both magma blocks and ghasts. And you don't really want that. So we need to stop the ghasts spawning at all and stay as close to the centre as we can to stop the magma blocks spawning until we're ready. But the first thing we're going to do is make it so we can actually get back down. So come down into your scaffold because you want to build out a platform probably too wide that is too deep. What that will then allow you to do is get rid of that one that I placed accidentally, is come out and go down the scaffolding from here. You won't fall through, it won't let you, and then you can come along and go down the scaffolding as far as you would like, right back down. You can't place a water chute in the Nether, so lobbing a water bucket down and jumping into it just ain't going to work. We're going to build our small platform in the middle now. This acts as a bit of a deterrent should any magma blocks spawn in here. The iron golem on this will be a distraction for them, and hopefully they won't eat your face. Nothing worse than having your face eaten by a magma block. Put a block on top there, and you want a fence to come on the side of that there, jump to here and pop it on top like that. You then want to be creating yourself a fence all the way around, so as it is 1 block above this block here. Now I know I'm in creative, but I'm doing it as if I'm in survival to try and illustrate. You can see we've done that like that. And then put another one on top of that, then get a block of iron, another block of iron, come to the side, come to the other side, and then choose which direction you want to fall. That one will do absolutely fine. Knock out the block in the middle. There, you don't need that anymore. And you should have yourself a almost iron golem like that, with a fence around there and a block underneath it. You then want to build yourself up with a couple of temporary blocks, get yourself a carved pumpkin, and pop the carved pumpkin on top like that. Iron golem, bish bash bosh in the middle, can't go anywhere. Get rid of your temporary blocks. That iron golem now will be far more interested than you are. Don't take it personally, they just prefer to eat the iron golems. Come to the edge of the circle and you'll see you've kind of got a little jutty in bit here. So you've got a gap of 3, it comes in at 2, and then you've got that jutty in bit. Put something interesting, an interesting block on there. I'm using this stripped wart hyphae because I think it contrasts really nicely with the blackstone, and it's very Nether 116 updatey. Bring these up 3 high, 2, 3, all the way around. Then follow the line all the way to the edge against each of these things and pop another one of these blocks at the edge. This is purely decorative. You don't actually have to do this. It doesn't add to the functionality of the farm, but it does help to make it look just a little bit less dull, being made of exclusively glass. Once you've done that, between all of them on the edge pieces, get yourself grey stained glass. Again, this is because it matches downstairs. You could use cobblestone if you really wanted to. It doesn't matter. And you want to make this entire wall, including the hyphae, to be 3 high, just like this one in the middle. Once you're 3 high all the way around, that will stop any of the magma cubes lobbing themselves off the side, because they've got no AI when it comes to pathfinding, and they're not afraid of falling. And that's because they don't take any fall damage. What you want to do is now join up the hyphae with a non-spawnable block. Glass is really good for this because it is a full block, but it is non-spawnable. So come all the way across to the hyphae there and join up all of those hyphae. And then to the side of them, count 1, 2, and on the third one, jump up again and come in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what that should allow you to do is join up on this side, come in 1, 2, jumping up there, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that should then join up there like that. Then come in next to it, go 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and form a little triangle. What that's going to do is stop any 3x3 spaces that are more than 3 blocks high, and that stops any ghasts from spawning in your farm. It means only magma blocks can spawn here. And once you've done that entire roof, you need to get yourself back down using that clever mechanism that you've got down there with all of that scaffolding. Once you're finished, the roof should look like this. So along the edges, you've got the gap of 2, and then a gap of 1 in line with the golem, and then another gap of 2, and the corners exactly like that. Now, you don't actually have to cover over the golem at all, but if you feel you want to, just grab yourself your stained glass block and bring yourself across right over the golem's head. And that will, I don't know, maybe it'll make the golem feel slightly more secure, I don't know. But that doesn't make any difference. You're not going to get any ghasts spawning at all. Let's get back down to the bottom. Once you get back down to the bottom of your scaffolding, take out that block there and it will all disappear. The golem will be on his own. Pop yourself a bit of carpet on there. Get yourself back into your area. Put a bit of glass there. Your half slab there, and you are ready to go. Yeah, okay, that is going to stay there and be annoying until it despawns. But, you know, you're going to get a load of magma cubes coming down any second. You can see magma cubes are already starting to float into the system. As they fall past the golem, the large ones do get bashed sometimes, but they continue to come. You can see even more are coming now. But when the golem bashes them, that's fine, because sometimes it means they break into the smaller magma cubes, which are easier for you to kill. Doesn't matter where you are, they can't actually hit you. Now let's see, 1, how much XP we can get from this system, and 2, how many magma creams. I've come into survival mode to see if we can't get ourselves a little bit of XP and a few magma creams. You can see these things are just all over the place now. So I'm going to start to bash these up as much as I can, just for a few minutes, and we're going to get the XP and the magma creams. You can see that is currently empty apart from the scaffolding. Let's just start bashing them. Every time you bash them, they do get a little bit aggressive, but it's alright, they can't get you as a result of that block slab right across your head. They can't actually reach you. Just keep bashing them and the XP starts to flow in. You can reach all of them at all angles should you wish to. I can get them in the corners there as well. I'm just going to keep bashing these just for a little bit. Now that was a grand total of 3 minutes of Magma Cube bashing. And they just keep coming. They don't stop. They keep coming forever. So you don't have to worry about running out of these things whilst you're bashing them. Now what I want to see is how much did I get? I got 22 levels of experience just over. Okay, so it's not exactly Ender Farm level, but it is pretty good. But what did I get in terms of Magma Cream? Having a look in here, we got just over half a stack of Magma Cream in 3 minutes. Now what we can do there is obviously use that for potions, things like fire resistance, or we can come into the crafting table and we can put 4 in like that, and we can get ourselves 9 magma blocks that we can then deposit in there because they're useful for other farms down the road. So with just a standard diamond sword, no looting or any other enchantments on it, we got just over half a stack of magma cream in 3 minutes. That's the equivalent of 10 stacks of magma cream an hour. And you can carry on and do this for an hour without stopping. These things just keep on coming. Just look at them. That iron golem tempts them into the system over and over for you to bash. And they just can't get to you. It's brilliant. I've turned the sound down a little bit because Magma Cubes are not known for being quiet, especially when they are excited. This is a really great magma farm, so thank you Gobspitt for the concepts of this that I could play around with and make my own. Really, very, very grateful. Remember guys, go and see Gobspitt, link is in the description below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying them, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.